Have you ever heard of 360-degree breathing? If not, keep watching to learn more. And if you have, keep watching to learn why it's important, how to do it, and what the benefits are. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Sara, family physician, wife, mom of 4, and exercise enthusiast. So, 360-degree breathing. Today I want to talk all about what it is, why it can be helpful, why you might want to try it, what the benefits are, all of this. So I first learned about this type of breathing when I was postpartum with my second baby. And I learned about it when I was doing physical therapy. I had been referred to physical therapy because after my second delivery, which was very, very rapid, I had some pretty significant pelvic floor issues, and I had what's called a diastasis recti, which is where the abdominal muscles separate to accommodate the growth of the baby. And so after delivery, you have this separation, your ab muscles are meant to be lined up, and there's a separation there that shouldn't be there. And so I got referred to physical therapy to work on correcting this. And the reason why I share this story is because even as a physician, going through med school, doing all my all my clinicals through OB and everything, I had never heard of this 360-degree breathing before. And the physical therapist introduced me to it. And this one foundational exercise alone helped improve my pelvic floor issues. It helped improve my chronic back pain, which is a whole separate story, and there's a video on that I can link below, but it helped resolve that. And it just provided all of these other benefits that weren't even directly related to why I got sent to physical therapy. Now, there of course were other things that I was doing at the time, but this breathing is so foundational, and it's also so accessible to so many people because we all breathe, right? Like, it sounds silly, but we all breathe. And so it's something that really anyone, wherever they are in their movement journey, can work on. It's often more traditionally talked about in the pregnant and postpartum person, but it is hugely helpful and hugely important for anyone, any gender, any age. Working on this can be helpful. So what exactly is 360-degree breathing? It is basically exactly what it sounds like. It is breathing in 360 degrees. So when you take that deep breath in, you think about not only breathing in normally, but breathing into your ribs and expanding your ribs in 360 degrees. So you're breathing in and expanding them forward, sideways, and backwards. And then when you exhale, the exhale is more forceful than a normal exhale, and you bring those ribs back together. And while you're doing that, you are engaging the innermost layer of your abdominal muscles. And so the whole idea with the 360-degree breathing is it is foundational for what's called your deep core. So your deep core is an abdominal muscle layer that is the innermost layer. And the physiologic or medical term for that is the transverse abdominis. And this refers to the layer of muscle that horizontally wraps around your abdomen to your back. And it connects, in your pelvis and up in your diaphragm. And it is essentially a corset. Sometimes it'll be called the corset muscle. Or sometimes if you think about somebody wearing a back brace, it's that type of wrapping around the body. And so the 360-degree breathing really engages that muscle. And your deep core abs are critical for so many things. And so the benefits of having a strong deep core and practicing this 360-degree breathing is not only in pregnancy and postpartum, where it can strengthen and help you with, your labor. So it can help with contractions, it can help with delivery, and then it helps in the postpartum period bring an abdominal separation back together. Even if you don't have that, it's also a great way to just rebuild your core strength. Really, for anyone, whether you delivered a baby vaginally or you had a C-section or you had some other abdominal surgery and you need to rebuild abdominal strength, this 360-degree breathing is a great place to start because, again, it's foundational. It helps build that innermost layer, which is the most critical to start with. It also provides stability and strength for your low back, so it can be preventative or it can actually help resolve pain. So it can help resolve back pain or some other more minor type of back issues. Of course, you always want to talk with your personal physician about your symptoms and what's going on and find out if this is something that, they would recommend for you. Another thing is it can really help with keeping your abdominal organs, so all the organs that are in your belly, in place where they're supposed to be. And, you can work on ab exercises to get that six-pack, but if the underneath layer is not toned and strong, it can be challenging to try to work from the outside in, if that makes sense. You have to work on the foundation first, which is that deep core. So this is sort of what the 360 breathing is, the different benefits and what it helps, and it works on the deep core. So how exactly do you do this? So the way that I was taught and the way that I have practiced it initially, and I think, you need to work on this in different positions. You can do it laying down, you can do it sitting in a chair or sitting on the floor, you can do it standing up, and different positions will help your body sort of learn how to do it where it becomes a little more second nature. But so you start with wrapping your hands like this around your rib cage. So I put my thumbs across the back and then my 4 fingers across the front at the bottom of my rib cage. You want to make sure your shoulders are relaxed down and everything feels relaxed. And then you take an inhale in, and as you're inhaling the air, you want to feel your ribs expanding in all directions into your thumb, your palms, and your fingers. So you do that inhale. And you can see it's slight, but you can see how things sort of expand. You want to make sure when you inhale, you try to keep your shoulders down and relaxed as best you can. So you do that inhale. And then when you exhale, you want to pretend like you're blowing out hundreds of birthday candles. So it's a little bit more forceful than a typical everyday exhale. When you're exhaling, you also want to think about a corset sort of tightening around your ribs and your belly, where you sort of feel that deep core muscle engage. And you want to think about bringing your belly button to your spine. So I just want to say that again so you can think about the different things when you're exhaling. So you want to exhale like you're blowing out hundreds of birthday candles. You want to think about your deep core activating, so you feel that corset muscle tightening. Your ribs should cinch back together and in. And you want to think about your belly button sort of heading towards your spine. Now, if you're someone like I was that also had pelvic floor issues, you can get fancy and think about contracting your pelvic floor sort of up and in. And that really should be its own entire video. Today, I just kind of wanted to focus on one thing at a time, because if you are new to all of this, sometimes even though it's just breathing, it can feel a little bit daunting, but it's okay. You can do it. And the first time that I learned this, I felt a little overwhelmed, a little daunted. There was a lot going on, but the more you practice it over and over and think about these things, it becomes less challenging and you start to see the benefits of it, and it all just kind of ties together. So again, you do that, wrap those fingers and thumbs around the ribs. You do that big inhale in, feel the ribs expand, and then exhale. And you want to feel the ribs contracting down. You want to feel that corset muscle tighten. You want to feel the belly button heading towards the spine. And you can think about bringing your pelvic floor muscles up and in. And so that's really what 360 breathing is. That's exactly how I work on it. And again, I often will change positions because that can make things a little bit easier or a little bit harder sometimes. So it just sort of depends how you want to do that. So today we talked all about 360-degree breathing, what it is, the benefits, which include low back stability and strength, keeping your abdominal organs where they should be, help with labor and delivery and the postpartum period. It can help with back pain as well. One thing that I forgot to mention earlier in the video is it can also be incredibly helpful to use for stress and anxiety, things such as that, because that type of breathing really connects with your nervous system and helps kind of slow everything down. So if learning about this type of stuff, exercise, things that can help you in many different ways is up your alley, if you're interested in learning more, if you're somebody that's trying to figure out how to exercise or when to exercise, how to fit it in, but you're just not able to figure that out, if you're somebody that's looking for some mindset changes, more positivity, encouragement, and support, definitely subscribe here for more of my exercise content, mindset content. And, I appreciate everybody watching. So I make these videos weekly, and then I also post shorts every single day. I also have a free newsletter. So if you're any of those type of people interested in learning more, you can definitely head over to my website, which will be linked in the description box, where you can sign up for my free newsletter. So imagine if you could do something as simple as intentionally breathe in this way, in the 360-degree breathing way, and it helped you feel calmer. It helped you have less back pain. It helped your body feel stronger and created a foundational layer of abs that you were able to then build on. What else could happen? Like, how awesome is this that you can do that with breathing? And then what else could you start doing? Follow for more. Bye, everyone.